Hello and welcome to Today in African History for the 9th of July. It's me again, Sotonye Efiesimama. If you are a returning visitor, welcome back to our channel. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like what we're doing, why not subscribe so that you will receive updates of our video uploads. If you're here for the first time, take your time, go through our channel, watch our videos. If you do like what we're sharing, please like this channel, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you'll receive updates of our video uploads. Let's get cracking. So, on this day, July 9th, in African history, this was the first or one of the important events recorded on this day. South Sudan declared its independence in 2011. They did that from Sudan, making it the most recent sovereign state or nation to enjoy global recognition as of 2023. Included in it is the sizable swampland known as Sud, created by the White Nile. I guess that's where Sudan gets its name from, the Sud, and it's locally referred to as Bahir al-Jabal, which means mountain river. So Sudan gained its independence on this day in 2011, exactly 12 years ago. Moving on to the next event of importance on this day. This is Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The Organization of African Unity on this day is replaced by the African Union. The African Union Commission, the AU's secretariat, is headquartered in Addis Ababa. Amongst the nations that constitute the African Union, 55 nations in all of 55 countries, Lagos, Nigeria is the largest city, whereas Cairo, Egypt has the biggest urban agglomeration. Also on this day, during a soccer match between South Africa and Zimbabwe in World Cup qualifying match in 2000, police used tear gas to disperse rowdy spectators. In the mayhem that occurred during this World Cup qualifying game, at least 12 people died. Police apparently overreacted when spectators threw plastic bottles onto the pitch by firing tear gas into the National Sports Stadium, almost full of 60,000 people. Numerous spectators were crushed when thousands of fans stampeded to leave the stadium. Well, hopefully there are lessons for us, lessons for the police as well, not to be high-handed, not to overreact. You see that it's very, very, very common. You know, you want to keep law and order, yes, but you don't want to overreact. You don't want to harm the people who you've been paid to protect. It's not just in Africa, it happens all over the world. I don't want to mention any countries, But yeah, sadly, that's what happened. Some fans sadly lost their lives. 12 people, it says at least. So it could have been more. Okay, so moving swiftly on. We don't want to dwell on negatives. Moving swiftly on this day at the Al Makzan in Rabat, Moulay Al-Hassan bin Mohammed bin Yusuf Al-Alawi was born in 1929. He was Sultan Mohammed V's eldest child and Lala Abla bin Tahir, his second wife. So that's the son of the second wife of Sultan Mohammed V's eldest child. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So he was Sultan Mohammed V's eldest child, and his mom was Lala Abla bin Tahir, and she was the second wife of this guy, the Sultan. Right, so when he was named Crown Prince in 1957, he became the first Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Armed Forces. After his father passed away in 1961, he was installed as king. The Western Sahara dispute and the Sand War began during Hassan's rule. Also, on this day, Governor Archibald Mvuyelwa Mbeki was a South African politician, military leader, and communist figure who was born in 1910, of course, on the 9th of July. He served as a leader in both the African National Congress and the South African Communist Party, along with Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, Raymond Mhlaba, Ahmed Kathrada, and other notable ANC leaders. He was imprisoned from 1963 to 1987 on terrorism and treason charges following the Rivonia trial for their involvement in the ANC military wing Umkhonto we Sizwe. Governor Archibald Mbeki played a very important role in the ANC alongside Nelson Mandela in the apartheid fight. He was also the father of former South African President Thabo Mbeki. So this is Thabo Mbeki's father. That's very, very, very interesting. So this is the father of Thabo Mbeki, who was South Africa's former president. On this day, General Oladipo Dia's death sentence, which was given to him by the dictator General Sani Abacha, who, if you remember from my previous video, was the one responsible for the annulment of the election that took place on the 12th of June 1999, who imprisoned the winner of that election by popular opinion. That was the freest and fairest election that Nigeria had conducted up till that date. But Abiola died in prison. I think it was in 1996, I beg your pardon. So anyway, so go check out that video. I think it was the 8th or 7th of July. Go check out that video anyway about Abiola, MKO Abiola. So let's move on with this video now. So today, this man pictured here, again, his name is General Oladipo Dia. Luckily for him, General Oladipo Dia and 5 other men were convicted of plotting to topple Abacha. But because the military dictator Abacha died, they were not killed, let's put it that way, or they were not assassinated, they were not put to death, because Abacha died in 1996, and Oladipo Dia and his associates were imprisoned but were released after Abacha's death. So the general, however, died not too long ago, 27th of March 2023, almost 25 years after his release. So he lived a long life. Imagine he would have died 25 years earlier, but I'm sure he contributed his quota to the development of not just Nigeria, but the African continent as a whole. So that is a bit of history for you. Then, also on this day, last but not least, wasn't very good news. His name is Orenthal James Simpson, popularly known as O.J. Simpson. He was born on this day in 1947. He was nicknamed the Juice. He was a former football running back and convicted felon. He was formerly well liked by the American people, but he is best remembered for being put on trial for the killings of Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman. One of the finest running backs of all time, according to many. Simpson's trial and contentious acquittal for the killings of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldman, however, cast a cloud on his career success. Now, I remember this vividly. I remember the helicopter chase. In America, these things tend to be sensationalized when a criminal is being, especially a famous person. I don't want to call him a famous criminal, but a famous person who has now been accused of murder. Obviously, he hadn't been convicted yet, so the helicopters were on him, the cops were chasing him, and people were on the streets hailing him, egging him on. This is someone who had been accused of killing his wife, his ex-wife, I must say, and her boyfriend at the time. Anyway, I'm not going to comment much about it, but another lesson for us: do not get too carried away by passion and then do something that you might later regret. This man would have continued to live his life as a hero, but of course, this event cast a cloud, whether he was guilty or innocent, any logical, reasonable human being would say he must have had a hand in their killings. There is absolutely no way he wouldn't have had a hand in their killings. Anyway, so O.J. Simpson, born on this day in 1947. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I apologize about all the blips. It goes with the territory. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. We're just gonna keep going, getting better every single day. I've decided to leave this video as it is to show you that we're a young channel. I'm not perfect. We're just gonna keep getting better, or try our best to keep getting better. So if you like my delivery, you like the videos, you like the information that I am churning out, again, support us, help our young, vibrant channel grow. It would be nice to get some feedback from you as well. Thanks for dropping by. Have a fantastic day, and I shall see you tomorrow, July 10th, for another edition of Today in History. My name once more is Sotonye Afiesimama. Have a good day, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye for now.